start with the opening statement, and then we'll open questions.
Yep, always great to open up at home. Our field crew did an incredible job. There was quite a bit of snow on the field before we ever got going today. It didn't look that promising, and I thought we got the field and the stadium in incredible shape to be able to open up at home, and it's always great to get a win.
What goes into making a call? I mean, like you said, it was on the borderline. It's supposed to get a little bit better, but you have to clean the field and then look at the condition and say, yeah, we can go, no, we can't.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and we just want to have a good day of baseball, so having the ability to prepare was important. So having the indoor facility was huge today. We didn't always have that luxury in this program, and so being able to have the indoor, and then we actually ended up being able to take pregame defense out there. But I think the football facilities crew lent us a broom and a tractor, which really helped. We were able to redistribute a lot of the rubber pellets that go into the turf field. And so we got it in great shape. The field looked as good as ever.
What did you think of David's start today, and then the pitching staff as a whole? I think you guys went through 10 pitchers today, so a lot of arms you get to see.
Yeah, Hagan was good. Hagan is a sophomore that got some starts as a true freshman for us and ended up getting hurt. So he's had to work really hard basically coming back from this injury. So we feel like he's kind of right back where he left off freshman year of developmentally. And so we got high hopes for the guy. He's extremely intelligent. He is hardworking. He's consistent. So he has all the right makings of a starting pitcher. So as he develops, we want to keep putting him in games, getting experience. We went in today's game with a plan of trying to get 8 arms in the game. There were quite a few pitchers that haven't pitched for us yet because we hadn't played a midweek. And all that getting guys in or any of that, that's a luxury. You have to be able to win the game first and foremost. But if you want to be best at the end of the season, you have to get guys experience. There's no way around it because you're always one injury away from next man up. And so it's really important to get those arms. And so sometimes you feel like you're setting the team up potentially for some volatility by doing that, and that's just something that you have to wear. And then obviously if you can score runs and you can separate a little bit in some of these midweek games, it allows you the freedom to get that developmental curve sped up.
So Armani at first, I don't think I ever heard that in preseason. What was up with that? They seem like getting the spin, see how it works.
Yeah. Armani's never taken a ground ball at first before today, so that's pretty unusual. Yeah, seriously. He played second the entire fall, and he started in a super and a regional at third base. So he's a capable infielder for sure. But it's come down to today, we wanted to get 9 specific players in the game offensively, and we wanted to start Gavin Kelly behind the dish. And in order to do that, we had to make a decision to put Guzman at first or to put Paul Schoenfeld at first base, because when Kelly catches, Kresser goes to second. When Graveline catches, Kelly can go to second. And so we've had this, we've been working on this for a long time with first base options, and we certainly have them. But today we wanted those 9 guys to get at-bats. We needed to get Brock Wills more at-bats. He's had a lot of success, and we think he's a great player. And so last night I texted Schoenfeld and Guzman. I said, who's the better first baseman between you guys? And Paul said Guzman, and Guzman said me. And I said, did you guys collaborate before you sent this text message back to me? And they both sent pictures of me sitting at dinner together. So they had sat there at dinner. They were at dinner together when I texted them, just happenstance. And but Guzman did a nice job. He picked a ball. He caught every ball. He was asking Jimmy in the middle of the game, our Coach Rasinger, our infield coach, is this how I stand? Is this the right? And I was like, Goose, I put you over there just to catch the ball. Don't ask questions. Don't think about mechanics. Just catch the ball. We certainly today have the fastest first baseman in the nation.
Did he have a first baseman?
He used Ben Lumsden's first baseman, Smith. Yeah.
Joe Boto practiced at first, though, right?
He had.
Okay.
He had.
It sounds like just maybe a one-off.
Not necessarily. I think never would do that unless I thought there was a possibility of that happening in the future. So certainly not for fun or to get those 9 guys or a disrespect to the opponent. It was strictly how do we have our best team. And so trying to figure out truly how do you have the best team if Kelly's catching, because I think there is an opportunity we have our best team with Kelly catching. Maybe it's with Graveline, but it's probably too early to tell, and both those guys have been fantastic behind the dish. Schoenfeld has been tremendous in the outfield. His jumps, his reads off the bat, he's been incredible. And so I think today it showed up really big, right? Like Graveline had an assist in left field at the plate, and then he started the relay throw that threw the guy out at the plate. So Graveline was responsible for 2 outs essentially at the plate with an incredible arm in left field, and he's more used to playing left field. Matthew Graveline is what he did at Ohio State, and Wills already has an assist in right field and is a really, really good runner as well. And so we thought this is a possibility that this could happen more, and so we just ripped the Band-Aid off today essentially. Because the later you get in the season, it starts. You're in conference play, the competition elevates, guys get a little bit more comfortable, and at that point, it's very difficult to make those moves.
Bryson Packer coming in a tough position.
Yeah.
I think it just fits in your thing of let's see what guys can do in tough situations.
That's it. And today, usually when you're throwing younger guys or guys with less experience, you try to put a strike thrower on top. So essentially, you bring in somebody that doesn't have that experience, or you don't necessarily know what you're going to get under the lights, and then you're warming up a strike thrower on top. And we viewed Bryson as a strike thrower. And now Thacker leads our team in appearances. I think he has 4 on the year. And so I believe last year at Tennessee, he had 4 innings total. And we just feel like we kind of hit the jackpot with Bryson Thacker because he loves the moment. And so he's one of those kind of throwback dudes where whether you're up 9 or down 9, he truly doesn't care. He's so interested in just having the ball and pitching, where he gives you the best every time. I don't think the scoreboard dictates how he pitches, and he's extremely confident in his abilities. I love handing him the ball. He thinks he's going to get everybody out every time.
Well, what is it with being Reinich and Kelly at the top of the order?
Today in this lineup with the 9 guys that we chose, we have 5 right-handed hitters and we have 4 left-handed hitters. And so if you go Einik to lead off and Guzman in the 3-hole, you're basically able to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right until the 8-9 hole is right, right, and then back to left. So not having too many clumpings of right and left-handed hitters potentially allows for opposing coaches not to make bullpen moves where they can match up left on left or right on right with like a nasty right on right slider or a left on left slider, something like that. So if they're going to make a move, oftentimes it's only advantageous for one hitter. And so like in general, you like that. It doesn't mean you always have to roll with that. Einich also leads our team in quality at bats, is extremely patient, is on a complete ridiculous heater to start a season, unlike anything we've really ever seen. And so having that guy hit more than anybody and to start the game off most likely with a quality at bat is a good thing. It's more art than science. I think Kelly is more aggressive. I like Kelly's mentality oftentimes as a leadoff hitter because he swings the bat. It's aggressive. He can jump a fastball 0-0 to start a game and hit a double. Einik's actually more of that traditional leadoff guy, high on base, patient, draws pitches. Other people on deck can see the pitches and how the pitcher reacts. And so I did like Einik today in the leadoff. It was I think a good thing that we may see more of. And Kelly's been fantastic, and he's one of the best hitters in the country. I have no doubt about that. So we'll see. But both those guys need to be at the top there somewhere.
Thanks.
I just have one more.
Yep, all good.
Totally random. Are switch hitters just not out there? You're talking about right, left, right, but there's no. I haven't seen a guy turn around forever. I don't know if I've seen a guy do that.
I know it's a little like the two-way player to some extent. It's just as the games have gotten more competitive and the training has gotten more specific, the time required to be good on both sides of the plate is probably the limiting factor, right? Because if someone's a little bit better on the other side, college coaches are like, well, let's just have them hit there and let's just really pour all of our energy and effort into that. Usually there is a fairly large discrepancy. Very rarely is someone like the same kind of hitter on both sides of the plate. So it's because it's hard. That's it.
Do you pay more attention to like left against left splits, or maybe like a righty, really maybe a lefty really good against lefty? You don't have a righty, you don't have a guy who can turn around.
Absolutely, yeah. And so like oftentimes a right-handed pitcher that has a plus changeup is kind of a neutralizer for a left-handed hitter because that pitch is going away from them. In general, hitters struggle with pitches going away from them, but literally on like a scouting report situation, every hitter has a breakdown, struggles with velocity up, pitches down, pitches going away from him, pitches going into him. Like every hitter has certain things, and we have the analytics, and sometimes it's so far down the line, you're like looking at an analytics of somebody that struggles left on left changeups, and you're like, well, the data set's like 3 pitches, you know? So you just have to be cognizant of, like, in college, it's different in the big leagues. Guys have, 2,000 career at-bats versus lefties or something. It's pretty glaring. At our level, and there's more ebbs and flows with the young guys. But traditionally, right, it's same-handed breaking balls away is what gives people trouble, and traditionally lefties are worse against left-handed pitching because they grow up, you don't see as many. Everybody's right-handed when you're growing up. So lefties traditionally struggle more with left-handed pitching than righties struggle with right-handed pitching.